Gorgeous ladies and charming gentlemen, okay, welcome to Architalent 2022, okay, the fourth architecture student design competition. Well, let me introduce a bit about myself. My name is Kit, K-I-T, not the K-I-D, okay, my full name Psykit, okay, you can, well, some call me Psychic or whatever, whichever you like, okay. It's truly my honor and pleasure to be here to serve you, to serve as your master of ceremony in this final presentation. Okay, I was just graduated from my part 2 last year, so I always enjoy when students present their big ideas, and today we are going to see, we are so looking forward for this final round of presentation. And you know what, for this year, representative from Indonesia. Selamat datang. And also from, yes, thank you. And also from Southeast University, China. Okay, 欢迎来到马来西亚. Okay, so here we are in this magnificent plenary theater. We are going to see this amazing show later on. I'm sure if you are the participant today, you feel a bit pressure, but it's okay. Like what Architect Adrianta said, okay, just relax and enjoy those 5 minutes later on. It's going to be your show. Okay, so without further ado, okay, I would like to first thank our organizing committee, the PAM Vice President and Chairman of Education Committee, Architect Adrianta Aziz. Okay. And also we have our convener, Puan Eti Rosemary Muhammad Arifin over here. With core convener, Architect Lim Wei Shan as well. Okay. And of course our secretarist, Encik Muhammad Rizwan Abdullah, Nur Atika Muhammad Zaki, and Nur Exan Ekbal. Thank you so much for putting all this together. Enormous effort. Thank you so much. Okay, and without further ado, I would like to welcome Puan Eti to be on stage. Okay, so she will tell you a bit about what Architalent is about. So if you are here today, the first time, then can you join me and put our hands together to welcome Puan Eti.
Thank you, Saikit. All right, salam, selamat pagi, and a very good morning, everyone. Here at Plenary Theatre, KLCC Convention Center, and those watching around the globe via ARCHIDEX Online and PAM FB. Welcome to Architalent 2022. This year marks the fourth Architalent, a collaboration between CIS and PAM. Architalent began in 2017. Let's see. Okay. And it became an annual competition in conjunction with ARCHIDEX and Datum event. Architalent is not your usual architectural student competition. It rewards students not only who excels in design, but who have the cutting edge in presenting their creation in forms of graphics and verbal communications. Architalent Stage provides a platform for these talents to share their projects and storytelling with a live audience. We hope by having this avenue, more and more students will strive and brave themselves to show their talents. And those watching it, you can take this as your precedence and lessons to take away and attempt this in the near future. Sorry, go back. Okay. Am I pointing the right way? because it's moving quite erratically. Forgive me. Cik Ridwan, can you help because the slides doesn't seem to be wanting to move. Oh, it's slow. Okay, I get it. It's slow. All right. But is it pointing the screen or over there? Should I point to the screen or over there? To the laptop. Oh, I see. Tak boleh. Nope. Okay, I'll just use manually. No, because it's controlling over there. Okay, all right. So the theme of the year's Architalent is tailor-made to match ARCHIDEX and the datum theme. We had started from a humble beginning with just a few students presenting in one corner at the ARCHIDEX exhibition hall downstairs, to now a larger stage and audience each and every year. Unfortunately, there had been a gap in 2020 and 2021. Unlike most programs and events across the globe, it had been cancelled due to the bad, nasty virus. That hibernation, though, had given us more room and energy. In show business, they say, go big or go home. So, Architalent returned in 2022 with the theme Future City. Opened its competition to contestants in June, not just to Malaysians, but as well as Asian nations, as mentioned by Saikit just now. The prizes are bigger. The venue is bigger. The stage is bigger. We even have audience around the globe as we are streaming live today. The finalists today are the results of round 1, which had qualified them into round 2. Out of 52 contestants, we have 10 finalists today. They will be judged based on the graphics and verbal presentations as described on the slides. In every competition, there will definitely be no winners without professional juries. It is my great honor to introduce to you the elected juries for Architalent 2022. First of all, Architect Carol Lee. All the way from Manila, Architect Joey Manalat.
Joey, thank you.
We have also Architect Muhammad Faizullah Muhammad Najib. Architect Muhammad Azli Muhammad Jamil, who's also the co-chair for Education Committee PAM. And lastly, but most importantly, our chief jury, Architect Adrianta Aziz, who's also our chairman for education and the vice president for PAM today. So this year is a very special year, as the audience will get a chance to be juries too. We will share with you a link later on where you can vote for your favorite presenter via Telegram. And this can be done for people in this room as well for those outside KLCC who's watching online. As long as you have the Telegram apps, you may be able to do the vote and polling later on. So for me, this ends my speech. It has been an exciting 4 months preparing for this competition. It is also a pleasure to convene for this event. Thank you, Pam. Thank you, CIS, for entrusting me for the 3rd time to be a convener for this program. I am A.T. Rosemary Muhammad Arifin. Please enjoy Architalent 2022.
Thank you so much, Puan Eti. Just to let you all know, Puan Eti was my lecturer, okay, in UM just last year, okay. Actually, since 2012, when I was in my first year. Okay, and next one, also one of my lecturers as well. Okay, so I was going to invite him in a short while, but let me just tell you briefly what is ARCHIDEX about. Okay, so Architalent, as mentioned by Poinetti, is initiated by ARCHIDEX as part of an ongoing effort to nurture the future architects of Malaysia. But today we see not just Malaysia, Indonesia, China, and I think for the years to come we have more. Okay, so ARCHIDEX is jointly organized by Pertubuhan Architect Malaysia, or PAM, together with CIS bridging industry professionals, with world-class architects, influential speakers, and exhibitors to gain insights on current developments since its inception in year 2000. ARCHIDEX is Asia's leading architecture business event, held annually and also as part of Kuala Lumpur Architecture Festival, which is known as KLAF. It is an annual industry trade event that features prominently on the region's trade calendars for a global community of architecture and building professionals. The hybrid exhibition is a multi-sided platform that brings everyone in the industry together with its concurrently held international architecture events like this one, including conferences, forums, trade talks, webinars, industry meetings, business matching, networking sessions, and awards. So next one, I would like to invite the PAM president, okay, we have here. Let's put our hands together and welcome Associate Professor Architect Salih Andri bin Sarko. Please welcome.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. Okay, thank you. To the convener, Point 80 and Architect Lim, and to my Vice President, Architect Adrianta, fellow council members, fellow jury, and most important of all the participants from the universities that are participating today. And I am glad to see old friends and hopefully make new friends as well, as today is all about friendly competition and perhaps even benchmarking yourselves with other similar universities and similar participants, so that in the future you become closer friends and perhaps leads the road to collaboration. And I think the idea of Architalent is very good, because at the core of our profession, of course, there are a lot of technical abilities, design abilities, but fundamentally, what you need to know is the job of an architect is to convince. So from a student, you need to convince your lecturer. From a worker, you need to convince your boss. You think that after that you don't need to convince anybody. Wrong. You even need more convincing if you need to convince your client, the developer, or anybody who wants to be your client. So the art of convincing is something that everyone needs to learn, and everyone needs to master. And the best convincers are the people who convince even without you noticing that they are influencing you. So they are actually influencing you in a very subtle way. And I just came back from, we have a parallel, as you well know, KLF session in the main hall. And the first speaker was architect Von Trong-Nya. And as you well know, he is very charismatic. And he has a set of principles that actually keeps his work running. And it's really amazing to know that if you run your life in a balanced way, then you will be stress-free. And I think a lot of architectural students, especially even yesterday, stopped me, and the biggest question they ask is how to lower stress in the architectural field, because everybody feels like, oh, the stress is too much, and not just students, a lot of graduate architects. So I think my advice is that if you are honest, and if you keep going on in the field with that passion, I think it will be something that you will enjoy, and then it's okay. But don't be too greedy, don't be pushing yourself too hard, because there will be doors that will open for you if with the correct way of practice and the correct way of approaching things. Von Trongya, one of his precepts is honesty. So his firm doesn't use Photoshop to touch up image. So they don't lie. That's one of the, in meetings, in anything, they don't lie. And they don't take what is not theirs. So no pirate software. So it's this kind of honesty which really takes me back, because I think it's not just about your skill set, it's also about wisdom, and it's about living in balance with what you need. And I think all religions everywhere teaches us this, and to be good architects, you need to be good people. And I sincerely believe that. Because design creates culture, culture creates values, and values create the future. Thank you.
Well, thank you for that short and sweet welcome speech. Okay, I think for this new generation, I'm not sure if I'm the one, but okay, let's just assume that. Okay, so I think that as an architect, there's too many ways or too many sectors that we can go in. Okay, not just designing, but talking about practicality, sustainability. I think is the way to go for the future design direction. And of course, now we are so exciting, right? And for those of you, if you are sitting at home, not sure what to do, or if you are here, you have friends that couldn't join you here, okay? Like what Puan Eti just mentioned, you can watch us live, okay, from YouTube. So if you want to find the link, you can go to Facebook, PAM official portal, then you can find the link there. And also at the end of the last presenter, then we will open publicly for the voting to choose your favorite presenters. So now, seems like everything is clear, right? And I'm sure that for all the presenters, you are so exciting, want to present your ideas. So now, I would like to welcome the first presenter, okay, from University Tunku Abdul Rahman, Boon Jing Jack, okay, with the project theme, ASEAN Nexus 2070. Come on, let's kickstart with some fresh idea. All the best.
Hello. Hi, good morning. My name is Jack, and I'm from Utah, currently in my final semester of my undergraduate studies. And today I would like to present to you my idea, my vision of the future city itself. I gave my vision a name. It's called ASEAN Nexus, in which it's a floating city on sea, constructed mainly upon two main pillar ideas in mind, in which the first pillar idea is how it would operate as a city with futuristic technologies that is all solutions on today's problem that we have now. The city itself is envisioned to float on water, mainly because of phenomena like rising sea levels of the problems that we have today. Big cities like Venice, Virginia, Shanghai, or even a closer one of Jakarta or Ho Chi Minh City is bound to sink below the rising sea level and disappear or within the next few decades. The city itself would be constructed out of these modular floating pods, and when combined together, they would go to any size, even up to a size of a floating city. And any architecture can happen upon or even below it. The city itself would also be self-sustaining with biophilic urban design, and all the buildings will be integrated with green and smart building features. All the architecture will be not just net zero carbon products, but also they will soon able to produce, to harvest rainwater, to harvest solar energy, and even to the point where it help us air purify the air pollution that we have now today. And when speaking of air pollution, the city itself would also have these carbon filtering towers in which help to lower down the carbon levels. As we all know, even if we start to plant the maximum number of trees that we can today, it will still not be sufficient enough to combat for the air pollution that we have now. Therefore, there will be these carbon filtering towers at the peaks of the city itself. With combination with the air purifying system of the buildings, this may be one of few ways that we can slow down the global warming process. And the next big change will be on electrical AI self-driving vehicles, in which they will all be solar powered or electrical powered and release less to none carbon emissions. The future road and highways can be, and you can imagine them as massive circuit boards where not just electrical energy, but also data is transferred between the road and the vehicles, between these two, so that the AI or the vehicles themselves can use the energy and for traffic control. And the highways can also be integrated with solar panels to help to harvest solar energies. The same can be said for water transport, where they will be improved to the point where it can be used as an efficient mode of transportation for the floating city itself. And lastly is a Hyperloop system. This can be understood as the future improved MRT system, but moreover, it's working within a vacuum tube, which has less to no air friction inside, enabling maximum traveling speeds. And this, we can use this to interlink the capital cities, big cities of each countries, which brings us to my second main pillar concept of ASEAN Nexus, which is connectivity. The Industrial 4.0 is witnessed through the fusion of technology and human, in which by technology I mean by robotics, AI, electronics, or even cloud systems. All these blurs the boundaries between our physical, digital, and biological lives of our worlds. Therefore, it is always the intangible aspects of our historical, cultural, and our feelings and emotions which really connects us back to what makes us human. ASEAN Nexus, in which in the name is literal meaning of the central of ASEAN. It was at first envisioned to be the central trade hub of for the ASEAN nations, but now it is a free city, non-governed by any of the ASEAN nations. Rather, all of us share equal responsibilities into growing and maintaining the city itself. ASEAN Nexus was soon to be the showcase of our tropical climate to the world, in which the districts around it will help to showcase the context and culture of the nearby land of Malayan district, Indochina, Philippine, Borneo, and Indonesian district. All these districts will help to break down the geographical limitations of countries, and from ASEAN Nexus back to the capital city itself through the Hyperloop system that we discussed just now. So in the future, it may be just one Hyperloop away from KL to ASEAN Nexus, and finally to Manila City in just an 1 hour journey time. And through this journey, you may enjoy the flourishes of the city and district itself. I would like to end my presentation by saying the future city can be anything. Anything that we see here today may or may not happen at any point of time in the future. But with the rise of technological advancements, the most important thing to be aware of is what makes us us. Let us not forget let us not lose our truly one-of-a-kind identity in the sea of technological advancements.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, Jack. Well done. Sorry, I have to play this role. Okay, yeah, question from the panel of judges, yeah.
All right, Boon, congratulations. Impressive ideas. Something is like, out of the box, but you have to remember, this is a competition. It's a big challenges for all the finalists. It's 5 minutes presentation. So you have to be very precise and concise. So for me, I'm glad to select you as one of the finalists today, because this is something that we as architects thinking something like to relate with the environment, to relate with nature, you create a city on that. I think I leave it to other questions from the juries. Well done. Kudos. Okay, well done.
Okay, thank you.
One question from co-chair.
Just one question. Can this be a modular to other regions also?
Yes, on the first part, the modular floating pods, it can be used similarly as at other regions of the world to connect themselves, but the idea of ASEAN Nexus is the context of connecting our ASEAN nations. So that may be different, that aspect may be different for other regions.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hold on. He's a modular system, yeah? Because you create, if I ask you, is it correct?
Yes,
if I'm wrong,
it's a modular system, yeah.
You're creating an island, am I right?
Yes,
You're creating an island
out of the pods,
out
one
of the
by
pods.
one.
And then
yeah.
is it mobile or is it floating statically or?
My idea now currently is mobile on a certain
Mobile.
place, yes, because I will be connecting it through the Hyperloop system, so it would be mobile, yes.
It should be mobile, it would
Yeah.
be fluid. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, okay, thank you.
Yeah, I just got follow-up question based from Adrianta's question. How would be the transportation if your vision is to connect all the key cities of Asia? How would the transportation be so it becomes possible?
The transport
Yes,
to connect the
because you've
ASEAN
you've
nations,
shown
right?
that it's interconnected.
Yes, that would be through the Hyperloop system, the train system that I
Alright.
discussed just now. So that the vacuum tube, we can build a long vacuum tube from all the capital cities, interconnect them. Just this is for long distance traveling, and yeah.
All right, yeah, quite futuristic, impressive. Thank you.
Just a short comment. Great presentation. Very impressed with the floating idea. What would be great is that you integrate marine life as well, because we want to think about the environment since you started strong with the vision of the whole world flooding, and that's what I remember about Al Gore saying that eventually the cities will be flooded. Most of the cities that you mentioned, Venice included. So we have to think about integrating our lives also with the environment, and involving some of the marine life in your design aspect would be great. But great presentation.
I would like to add on also, below the floating pods, actually there is an idea of, there's a section drawing which I didn't show, it's in the board. The idea is also there will be coral farming below the pods themselves. And this would also not just maintain, but also grow and flourish the marine life of the local context. Yeah.
Okay, I think last from my side. Yeah, I would like to congratulate you on the presentation. It was a very good presentation, and I think the way you conveyed also was very well. Maybe just to add on, because I saw that the floating city is at the center of the ASEAN Nexus, right?
Yes.
And you have all these trains connecting from each country to the center, right? So maybe something else to think about that, like our trains, what that affects in terms of you can actually have smaller satellite towns leading to the main ASEAN Nexus. So it becomes a smaller modular coming towards the bigger modular. So something to think about.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, just a reminder to all the presenters later on. So once reached 4 minutes, it will has this one ring bell. Okay, then after 5 minutes, then I will press 2 times, yeah? So that's where you need to summarize your presentation. Thank you. So thank you so much, Jack. So now we have the second presenter from University Science Malaysia. Okay, please put your hands together and welcome Gavin Teo Kang Hui with the topic Meta Home, Mixed Reality Micro Housing for the Metaverse Community. This is exciting. Please, welcome.
Hi all. So, greetings to all. My name is Gavin, and it's my very pleasure to be here today to share with you all my idea of future vision of a city. So today we're going to talk about Metaverse. Have you guys imagined having a second life? You're tired after a day of hectic work. Imagine with your VR headset on. You can be whoever you want. Superman, pop star, music star, or even Iron Man in the La La Land. So I'm very excited here to share with you all what I imagine is possible. According to statistics, there are tremendous potential. A lot of stakeholders have already invested on the Metaverse platform, including Microsoft, Facebook, the Meta platform, etc. So I would like to draw parallels between designing and architecting the online component and also the on-land component, where one can be used to inform each another. So the congeniality has given us the power to express ourselves and also to experience the world with ever greatest richness. So we ourselves will be embodied in this 3D virtual experience, not just looking at it. So this is what we call Metaverse. So for this project, I've delved into the issue of urban densification. So there are constraints in physical world. So what if I can propose a non-physical solution to it? People say sky is the limit, but I would say virtual world is the limit. The lack of physical spaces in densely populated urban area could be potentially compensated by the unlimited land that we can find on the virtual land. So the aim of the project is aimed to nurture the consensus of phygital architecture while escalating its sustainable physical realization as a prototype, as an urban core that would realize in the physical world. So I proudly present to you the Meta Home, the micro-reality micro-housing, the mixed reality micro-housing for the Metaverse community. Utilizing the blockchain technology, the users are free to customize and personalize their own modular units. For instance, outdoor terraces for seniors living, natural daylighting workspace for the entrepreneur, etc. So the design are reviewed online by the owner himself before translating into a physical asset. Also, the Meta Home is equipped with the flexibility for future expandability. The Meta Home has the capability to cater to the changing needs of the users at different age with different desire and different demands. This flowchart demonstrates how would the concept goes. For instances, avocational spaces such as avocational spaces can be translated into essential living spaces such as a reading room, children's room for a family of 2. But for a fresh graduate, they can have a more personalized spaces as shown in the perspective on the right here. Again, I believe that cities shouldn't happen to people. People should involve in the creation. So in the Meta Home, micro-housing will no longer be stacking in repetition. It will be expressive with the highlight of collective creativity of the community living here. So, everything we do online today, connecting socially, meetings, Zoom, everything, entertainment, is going to be more vivid and immersive. This is what Meta Home working towards, the social presence. The reality presence is the key to feel connected in the Metaverse. There are diverse digital amenities provided in the Meta Home, the NFT Plaza, the DeFi Arena, and so on. And also, there are many companies has already taken a step ahead to launch their product in the Metaverse platform. For example, the cosmetic company, NARS and they have already launched a makeup NFT campaign, and also the Decentraland, a virtual 3D virtual world where people can buy and sell digital real estate. They have hosted the world first ever Decentraland Metaverse Marathon. So I believe that it has the ultimate potential to unlock a massively greater creative digital economy. How do I play the video? Yes. Okay. So I imagine Meta Home as a vivid lifelikeliness. It is personified, and also it's breathing in its significance of social responses. It's envisioned as a prototype that established as a prototype that will replicate in different areas at different cities where city lives intensify. It is infused with social responsibility. As a social agent that will showcase to the world what a Meta Home and the infinite possibility that Meta Home endowed with. So Meta comes from the Greek word beyond. And future city is beyond what we can imagine. So I would say, step forward, step beyond the Meta Home, the beginning of the next chapter of the future city. With this, thank you.
Thank you. Wow, this is so exciting. I don't think I can do a video presentation like, with my skill. Wow, generation now is so different. Right, so for the judges, Architect Carol Lee, I think you're ready. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm already excited to ask
Hi.
questions because of the ambitious vision that you have. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I do think that it is amazing that you have the metaverse in mind. My question is this: I saw that you highlighted mental health, and I'm glad you did. That mental health is one of the things that you pay attention to addressing. But what about the physical health? Because in the metaverse, it's virtual. That the challenge is, how do you become the architect of the physical world in a virtual world? Meaning, how do you then facilitate things like sun, nature, the oxygen density, which you can only have in the physical world, but how do you facilitate that in the virtual world to enable physical health?
So again, this ties back to the physical issue that I have mentioned earlier, the scarcity of land in physical world. So the reason why I propose micro housing is to issue the lack of land in physical world. So my proposal would be within that small 30 square meter of micro housing, what I can propose. So the virtual reality gives them the space. For example, some clients or some, they might have sickness, they might have mental issues with small and congested spaces. So the virtual reality is, for example, is giving them another options to have, let's say, high ceiling. So with the VR headset on, they can just be by the beach and having sunbathing, and this can help for their mental healthness. This is just one of the example. So this is again to tie back to the issue of micro housing within the limited 30 square meter that I provided to them. So if you want to talk about the sun and those orientations, I think we can propose that with a bigger residential kind of building and with different options. Yeah.
Amazing, Kevin.
Thank you.
This is what we want to see, the talent from the future architects to the future city. It reminds me the movie of Real Player One. Everybody seen that? Yes, And then one of my favorite movie, Blade Runner, 2050, if I'm not mistaken. Those years we can even have virtual girlfriends. Wow. You know what I mean? But Kevin, I can tell you, this is the one that we, as an architect, we're talking about the, designing a space for people, is an idea. But I can tell you, maybe in this hall, people will say that this is some crazy idea. It will not be happen. But I can definitely tell you, this is what the futures looks like. Because I know your research, this is thinking ahead, because one day, everyone have to get ready to accept this type of technologies. That's why recently I just spoke with the students, hologrammatics, all these technologies will come. It's not about 6G, 7Gs, it could be like 12Gs in the future, I'm not sure. So well done. Please take note that we, as an architect, design not because of us, it's about the needs of people. We design for society. This is the one we're looking for. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Gavin.
Hi.
So I just want to basically take cue from what architect Adrianta mentioned. Yeah, I think inevitably this will be the future, right? But I think a point of concern or a point of caution is that, like we mentioned, we are building for societies. So if you look at like the movies, Ready Player One, Blade Runner, whatever, in the virtual world, yeah, it's awesome. But at the same time, the physical world, what happens there? You know, we don't want people to just be living in their rooms with headsets. Correct. I'm not trying to, pour scone on but I think as architects that needs to be looked at as well. So I'm hoping that if we are, and I think we are moving towards that, I'm hoping that the future generation like yourselves and most of the people in the room should look into that as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah? Okay.
Don't worry, Gavin, don't worry. Everybody have to remind ourselves. You remember Alexander Graham Bell? He's an innovator. When a moment he want to mention that he's going to create a technology that we're going to speak 1,000 miles. You know, people say, geez, are you crazy? Yeah? But what happened today is in your pocket. So you ready to accept all this criticism, but I want you to moving ahead. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Gavin, I have a simple question, but before that, I'd like to congratulate you. You are, we need people like you in the future of architecture. That's definitely something that we need to look forward to all young aspiring architects, particularly you because you're joining this competition. Maybe, I'm not sure if it is part of your research, but it would be wise if you could include, I'm not sure if it is already included, but you could include maybe the hardest part of all would be social acceptance. If you could dwell on that more so that it becomes a reality. But overall, very good. Thank you.
Thank you. To answer a question, short answer, I think it's stated in my board with the research statement. So if anyone is interested, they can look at it with the vision of state government and such. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Gavin. Amazing presentation. Okay, next one we have from University Technology Mara Puncak Alam. Okay, let's welcome Muhammad Aiman Yusof with the topic of the matriarch giving birth to life. Also exciting. Please.
Hello, everyone. So, the matriarch. As I woke up in the morning, I think last year, I watched my smartphone, and I saw the news. There's so much catastrophic events that's happening during that time. There's Tonga volcanic eruption, super typhoon in the Philippines, the Sumatra earthquake, even now the current Ukrainian-Russian conflicts that have been happening, and I noticed that one thing appeared, which is the aftermath that resulted in the catastrophic debris, such as metals, woods, plastics, even cements, that somehow grows within this disastrous area. So we begin to ponder that these things are not seen as valuable resources, but as an old saying says, another man's trash is another man's treasure. So I begin to ponder whether this thing can become a valuable resources, as stated by Nair Oxman, an architect, saying that the future of architecture is the materials that surrounds us. And she says that by 2050, 60% of the wastage in our earth expands by 60%. So this calls for a new ways to look at this debris as a new way of a new dimensions, and to help those rebuild back their lives or what they lost based on the remnants of the events. Oops. So, the matriarch, meaning a woman who is a head of a tribe or family, much like a mother who is trying to nurture their family. We are imagining they are in a harsh situation, try to nurture the children by taking what's near them to nurture the children, give them shelters, even deciding what's next the best for the children. So the building, a single building, is made of an independent society. But as increasing population, they will decide this civilization is to be a city or not. Hence the matriarch. So how this wing will work? The first phase is the matriarch is an autonomous robotic beings that they will roll out to their site. And during the second phase, they strengthen themselves to become the foundation. And the third phase, there's a circular mainframe. There's a small robotic arms, acts as a brain, installed on top of the matriarch's collectives. And then the matriarchs will start to build and install another C arm for the x-axis to build, as the circular motion will go for the x-axis. So it starts to build at the desired height, and then during the fifth stage, the resident will inhabit the constructed building as the construction will start. But during the last stage, the matriarch will release out the building as if a mother giving birth to life. So with coming age of big data, artificial intelligence to become the machine learning, and as well, we are moving towards singularity with AI, the alpha decision maker, and we as the controller, the omega decision maker, will decide what's best for our suitable environment. And the topmost picture, the first image illustrates that the future of operator will just only for operates and manage the matriarch and integrity of the designs. And the second image illustrates how robotics and autonomous becoming the hard labor, while we just look and decide what's best during the process. The third image will show human intervention that we shall cope together with the AI and the machines. So this begin to ponder us the future of the future of human and machine integrity together. So we will decide the future of humanity. So as an architect and future designer, we will ask, or even in 2100, we will see a self-sustaining, self-regenerating city that contributes to our own life. We will become the guideline, and we ourselves will live together amongst the machines. So where the matriarchs goes, there will be life. So I will end my slides and my speech here with a video that we shall to ponder and to wonder the future together. with that, I end my presentation. Thank you.
Firdaus, you really bring us to your future. And somehow or other, we become scared. Because this is one of prediction by saying that if people never realize that, you know, how to taking care of our nature, especially of Mother Earth, this thing could happen. Everything is being polluted, you know. And then this is another thoughts, another angle that, well, this is not like a studio script session because this is Architalent. That's why I consider that this is your talent to bring us to the future, especially to the theme of future city. I have to give you thumbs up. Well done.
Thank you.
Mod, congratulations. I am very impressed by your proposition, and I find it, while it is set in the future, I find it very doable. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, I congratulations, and I think as architects of the future, we wear several hats, and you have worn the hat of being able to have adaptive reuse of materials, and I think that is noble, very noble intent. So I think the other hat that we may want to put on when looking into the future is how to facilitate a certain lifestyle that we envision it to be. Catastrophe and everything around us, how can our architecture bring relief to the people living in it and have a more positive psychological effect? Yeah, thanks.
All right, thank you.
So, Adrianta, this one looks like Terminator punya pula. Just now, player one, so this one looks more Terminator-ish kind of a thing. Okay, I think again, same as the panel judges. I mean, we are wowed by the technical aspects that you propose. You know, your jacking system and all that. That looks, you know, very interesting. I just wanted to ask the sustainable elements, because we're talking about powering all these machines, right? Maybe you forgot to mention the sustainable elements that you put inside there. Whether were you using solar or green or wind turbines or what, you know?
I believe I put this in my boards, but I don't want to really highlight it because it's too much information to be told. Since the design actually have panels of the solar being installed on the front of the girders, so kind of like acts as a facade for that thing. So instead of people are seeing very hard structure they are looking at, but when they're putting solar panels as if or there's a building, not a unused structure or something like that. So I believe solar is the best doing it.
Right, I want to congratulate you, Mr. Aiman from ITM. Right. Aiman. So it's a good future prediction, means yeah, we are also heading to that. Everything's going to be war. My only question is that tower have these social and economical values inside it, and how it will be translated into social and economical?
This as well as presented in my boards. At the top place, at the bottom part of the design, we know that workers actually made their rumahs tinggal at the side, but this entire design incorporates the rumahs already down below there. So the entire structure would just be on top of it. So the workers or even the inhabitants, before going in, looking at their constructed building, they can go into this under the down part, which is the consultation pods or even the worker pod. So there will be consultation, social. Before going inside the building, they can ask first, where am I to sit, where am I to live in. So the design is already stated in my board, but yeah, in here I want to express the possibilities or even the view, from where it started and to where it ends. Hope that answers. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Muhammad Aiman Yusof. Well done. Now you can sit back and relax. Okay, so for the next one, we would like to welcome Muhammad Pidaus Bedu from University Science Malaysia as well with the project team Loop Linear Autogenic City. So ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it from Pidaus.
Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Firdaus bin Bedu and I am currently in first year Master in Architecture in USM. So I will present you my future city, which is a loop a linear autogenic city. How can I maximize this? Cannot work.
Kid, you handle the PowerPoint or behind? This one? Oh, okay. Yes, it. I think we have a technical glitch here, right?
What I imagine in the loop linear autogenic city is actually a floating city that utilize the renewable resources energy, and then it's power up the entire city. So the loop linear autogenic city is actually to counter the issue of rising sea level and also the rapidly urbanization within the coastal area. And then what I'm trying to do is these ecosystems, man-made ecosystems, can benefitly give us to the human beings. So in master plan concept, in terms of the master plan concept, there's a grid city and the linear city is applied in terms of flexibility in expanding in the future, and then there's a loop city elements that give a flexibility in terms of neighborhood or citizen roaming, looping in the city. And another issue that I want to mention is the traffic issue, which is a major issue what we're facing now. And then that's why the linear looping autogenic city is all about. It's a looping city. There's an elevated multi-level of elevated electrical circulation, which is you can see there. There's a electric car will be roaming into the district, and then on the top of that is there's a hyperloop train will bring you from the district and to the downtown of the city, and then from the downtown city there's a passenger drone will bring you up on the top of the city, will be vertically circulations, and you can see that the service drone will be served as monitoring the entire city in terms of the security and all the facilities. So what I'm trying to aiming is a free flow circulation, which is there's a minimum intersection between the roads, especially so that in terms of the we can utilize in terms of the transportation, there's a limitation on the limitation on the renewable the energy. Okay, next. The master plan is will fully with the greens, which is the approach of the concept is to having a biophilic design. And then you can see zooming into the district area, there's a 4 major components, which is the public realm at the top of the developments, and there's a urban farming as well, and in the other side, there's central residential area, also the business area for the citizens' facilities. And in that, at the perimeter around the city, there's a central port and business center, which is this one's functions as an export and import point. So another thing that I want to highlight is the main idea, which is to having a sustainability. So you can see that this image is the core of the entire city. So this core will the power up the city, the entire city, and you can see that the sea filter we will be manipulating the natural elements into the clean energy, which is the seawater filtration. We will filter, and then will be storage to various use, and then will be in other side there's a waterfall. The seawater will become a man-made waterfall, and then there's through to the waterfall waterfall elements that can bring generate the electricity. So in other side, in other component is they have a concave BIPV rooms roof, and then at the top of the developments, the wind turbines to manipulating to take advantage of the velocity of the ocean sea velocity. Next, I will play the video. So the city actually is aiming for the future extension. So the Hyperloop station will be connecting all the city, which is all the facilities will connected by the Hyperloop station. And then of the edges of every district and the city, there's a public ramp for the citizen to roamings, and then the district tower acts as a connecting between the Hyperloop station from the central to the every district. So this one is about this one is waterfall wheels. Yeah, this can be modular, and then will be explained in the future. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you, Pedaus from USM. Yes, judges.
Oh, I would love to live in your city.
Yeah,
I can do it lesser traffic jams.
Yeah.
And waterfalls.
That's what we aim about.
Yeah, it's a beautiful city, and also beautiful presentation. I really appreciate the diagrams and the visuals that you have brought for the audience to enjoy. So appreciate that very much. I have only one thing. You talk a lot about interconnectivity, and that's really efficient, very systematic. I like your master planning, where you have linear, grid, and looping. So what about the water vehicles? Is that part of your master plan?
Yeah, it's also part of the design.
Yeah, I saw some renders,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it would be more interesting if their daily life
Okay.
also revolves around the water vehicles as well.
Can I back to the slide?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay. Can you open? Yeah. So, as you can see, there's a port and the business center at top of the edges. So this is M. If the modular city will be expand, there's two connecting the entire city, which is one is Hyperloop station, the railway, and then the second is the central port. This one is for maritime transportation. Yeah.
Firdaus, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
I like your presentation. Very good. And my general assessment of your work, it is very utopian, but you have greatly considered the natural environment, which very highly commendable, because in the future, even if we have, imagine it in the most futuristic way, we should not forget the environment. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Hi, Firdaus. Yeah, again, I want to congratulate you as well. Very, very, very good presentation, and I think you captured even the master planning, like what Architect Carol mentioned in terms of master planning aspects. My question is that are you building this at the center, or are we just building it? Oh, suddenly it's we. Or are you building it just after the coastline, as in like expanding the current, say Peninsula Malaysia, right? So
yeah.
It's reducing due to the sea. So are you then supplementing it back with these modules?
Yeah, to answer that, it's actually, it can be anywhere as long as it's sea, but the depth is maybe as long as reasonable to build that. And then, sorry, the question? I've just forgot. Sorry.
No, the question is that because we're talking about sustainable and all that. So I like the idea, like you mentioned, at the center, the depth and whatnot. But as you know, erosion. So the countries become smaller and smaller, right? So are you then supplementing with this so that Malaysia, for example, Peninsula Malaysia will remain intact?
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, it can be. Because that's refer to the connectivity, because you can see there's Hyperloop train station, so they can expand to the land as well. So you can, this one is a modular, and then if you expand, and then you can be the connecting within the modular. Yeah. Is answer the question or no? Okay.
Okay, last. So first, congratulate.
Yeah,
number two, we will do this together in the future. I use we. Because no, why? Because this is the future, because architects still have jobs and architects still relevant in the future.
Yeah.
Firdaus.
Yep.
Hang ni memang lah. You make my day, because you really bring me to the future, and then I agree with my juries here that we have a job waiting for us, for all the future architects here. And then I just to echo that my fellow juries, Architect Fazul, we again, you see, we start to talking we, it's not you. Yeah. So that's the beautiful thing. You bring your future, not only you bring all of us to this idea. This is what I echo what my juries from Manila, Architect Joey, said, that you really compensate the whole angle, and Carol also pleased to have this type of environment. Yeah. And then it's truly leisure, not only about your idea, but you really bring what's the meaning of architecture. You know what I mean? So I give you a last chance, last statement. You want to say anything to all your friends here?
Oh, I'm afraid no, I'm very scared now.
Are you sure you are the first year master program, or you?
No, I first year.
First year, you sure?
You can ask the old friends.
You are truly future architects. Congratulations.
Okay, thank you.
Well done, Firdaus. Seems like you have nailed it, right? Okay, you have so many investors, right, over here, or partners, associates. Okay, whatever. Thank you so much, Firdaus. Next one, we have Sim from University Science Malaysia. Wow, congratulations, USM. So many participants, finalists over here. So, yeah, now let's hear it from Muhammad Nadhir Bashar Ramli, okay, with the topic, Rehabitable Architecture, Your Urban Sanctuary. All the best.
Testing. Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good morning to the panel of judges. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Muhammad Nadhir Bashar and from USM Penang. And I'm here not to serve you Penang Nasi Kandar, but to show you my proposal for this Architalent competition titled Eco Tower, Your Urban Sanctuary. So such proposal occurs to show how new development should respect existing contexts, especially the heritage buildings. Sorry, where's the pointer? So looking at my left-hand side is some of the issues that were highlighted, which is the abandoned city and the heritage buildings. So you can listen to the cries for help that they are dying to be revitalized and to be functional again. Hence, the concept for my proposal is a symbiosis, a mutual relationship between different organisms, old and new, past and future. So such a concept is to highlight, to bring the green elements and the all the way to the rooftop of the building. It wraps around the building. It wraps around the building all the way to the rooftop, bringing active circulation and multitude of green spaces to help with the occupants with the local neighborhoods. And the green, all the way, and the green spine also able to captivate and to cultivate the local, the own, and making it as a own ecosystem where you can grow your own food, having good landscape at each level, hit the gym and being able to work at the same place. So being in the post-pandemic phase, it somehow makes me realize the importance of living and working at the same place. So next is the city heartbeat. It actually it makes me to redefine or to have this kind of concept where it actually makes the scheme acts as a heartbeat where it beats and actually grows and cultivate and revitalize or revive all those existing buildings all around it, surrounding it. And it's like a ripple effect where it can actually helps to uplift all those and bring all those kind of buildings all the way to this scheme. Okay, next. Okay, moving on to the perspective on my right-hand side is actually the xylem pod. The xylem pod is one of the innovation proposed along the coastline, and it actually gives out the cooling breeze, and it gives the same concept as the cooling slab system to actually helps with the thermal comfort of the users, and a cluster of them exponentially increasing the cooling potential and reducing the heat island effect. And the second image is the facade of the podium, inclusive of the both LED and BIPV panels. Other than generating revenue from advertisement, they can also be able to generate their own electricity. And a bit to the left-hand side is a parametric structure made from fiberglass reinforced concrete to hold the glass panels. And this whole system is like a funnel that collects and channels rainwater for irrigation purposes. And this whole sustainable ecosystem tower is to influence and to make change for the betterment of the future. Next, I will show a presentation video of mine. And with that, I would like to end my presentation. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Congratulations, Nadir.
Thank you.
Just like the other presenters, I like your idea of what's going to happen in the future. And particularly, I like the idea of you not forgetting heritage, not forgetting the traditional structures that we have in our individual communities. That means the future is there to look forward to, but we always not forget from where we started as in our respective cultures. So that particularly I like in your presentation. And it is, again, just like the other one that just presented, it is highly doable. And just like my fellow jurors mentioned earlier, we still have jobs for the kind of project that you are proposing. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Since you touched a little bit on preservation and conservation, how much of that is consciously being designed into your building in terms of material choices?
It's based on material choices, is it?
Yeah. How is conservation and preservation part of your design in selection of material choices?
So when we are dealing with another heritage building, respecting the existing context, so we need to reuse the buildings, and in terms of material, we have to actually be in contrast with them, but in a way respecting them as well. So we are not doing another heritage building, but we are there to actually have the concept of symbiosis, old and new, past and future. Yes.
So to sum it up, you're saying you're doing a contrasting design to create that.
Yes, and a contrast material to actually highlight them and being them special on their own.
All right, thanks.
Okay, Nadir, yeah. Okay, I don't have a question. I just want to add on lah. Basically, again, I also like the idea of symbiosis, looking into the heritage and whatnot. And what I like a bit more is that it's slightly different in terms of this is not so far off the distant future. We're looking at this maybe in the next 5-10 years' time. So don't be surprised if suddenly that becomes one of our projects. Yeah.
All right. So I really like your idea. It's about conservation. So just one question. How do you want to conserve the social, not just only the physical of the buildings?
So based on my presentation just now, how we conserve people behavior is by actually having what we have now to be incorporated in next future or this coming time, where they actually needs the greens to actually help their physiological and psychological beings and state of their mind. So when we have the green, and it also based on a research paper where they said the greens helps those people reduces stress and increase the rate of their productivity. Yes, that's how we conserve those people's behavior in the future.
Datuk Sri Nadir. We know why I say Datuk Sri Nadir? Because I can see you are potential to become a politician. Mayor of Penang, hopefully. Because we architects in Malaysia, we really need somebody in the politician side, you know. Well, I'm truly proud of you. The way you present, because I don't want to go into your design scheme, because the way you present, the way verbally you convince the juries and then all of us, give us a hope that, yeah, this must be our next projects in 5 years' time, you know. Congratulations to you, Nadir. Keep it up, a good job. I'm proud of you today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Wow. Hello. Well done to all the students, right? I mean, now have all this mega project coming in, okay, while still studying. That is a good one. Okay, so many investors and also partners coming in. I think, Nadia, you should have brought the nasi kandar, okay? So now, ladies and gentlemen, we want to loosen a bit, right, the atmosphere, so you have a chance to relax a bit. So we will be taking a short 5 minutes break. Then coming up next, we will have all the way from Indonesia. Okay, the next presenter, Muhammad Rizky Rivaldi from Universitas Indonesia. So after 5 minutes, we will be meeting Again, okay, enjoy the break. Nasi kandar. now, you can ask them to join us together globally. We are live streaming through YouTube, and if you want to find out the link, it's there in our PAM portal in the Facebook. Okay, so you can find the link over there. And next one, we would like to welcome, as I mentioned, all the way from Indonesia, Jakarta, from Universitas Indonesia. Please put your hands together and welcome Muhammad Rizky Rivaldi. Please welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. Before I start the presentation, I would like to show you a video of the design I built. Thank you, everyone. I would like to introduce myself. I am Rizky Rivaldi. I am from Universitas Indonesia, and I would like to present my design, and it's called ARCHIDEX of Hope. I am calling out the issue about creating the future city. It is about the phenomenon of refugees migration, and it is about the refugees getting to several countries or the big cities for their growth and development life. And it is about, I take a sample of Hong Kong. Hong Kong is a big city with 6,000 people per square kilometer. So in some other ways, Hong Kong has some lacks of space in their problem to develop their future city too. And refugees often get citizenship rejection from the mainland, and the mainland has the other problem too, that's highly dense populated city. How it can be solved? I'm doing the issue response that forming the outside stone reef for the well, and finding the unimaginable place to forming that unimaginable place for the building that I built, and expand the human potential for the lack of spaces. In the meshing process, I took up the I just took up the adaptation of the model to the site from its contour and from its obstacles. And with the tectonic adjustment, I'm doing a spreaded growth housing. So the building in the future could expand and could grow and not in the stuck mode for a very long time. And in the final form, I split it into two parts. There are upper for greenery area and the lower part is for housing system. Okay, connecting, dwelling, producing, and developing. I propose these ideas about connecting with the train system as the transportation, and the dwelling with the housing system, and the producing with the farming and greenery area, and developing by the goals that I built about expanding the models more and more in the future. And then I want to connect the refugees with the ARCHIDEX of Hope with the mainland. I don't want to spread the refugees with the mainland because it can be developed if they have a connection with the mainland. So the ARCHIDEX of Hope could be developed and expanded growth. And the design is split into two sections. There are outward section and the inward section. The outward section is focusing on the farming area and the greening area to get more sun exposure penetrating for the plantation, and the lower parts is for the housing system to get a safer place for the refugees people. And then this is the model, and I split it into several programs for the model. And the first one is greenery area. The greenery area is aspect of the building sustainability and becomes a supply food supply food output from the building. And the greenery area have rainwater harvesting for their water need supply. And the next one is farming pots. Farming pots is about the making foods of their supply. And then the farming pots have a wind turbine for the electricity needs. And the next one is housing system, which that I say before, that the growing system of the housing units and the lower unit with the safe blocker. And the next one is the transport system, become the connector of the people of the refugees and the mainland. And the transport system is powered by solar panel. And the next one is sea wave blocker as power generator. And the sea wave blocker has utilized the sea wave movement to generate as an alternative power generator on the building. And the seawater desalination is as what freshwater supply needs, using reverse osmosis membrane to filtering the seawater and fulfilling the program building needs. Okay, thank you all. That's all my presentation. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Rizky Rivaldi.
Yes.
Welcome to Malaysia.
Yes.
Is it your first time in Kuala Lumpur?
Yes, it's my first time in Kuala.
Give a round of applause to Rizky. I just want to announce here, Architalent, you are the first international student to present here.
Oh,
first.
okay, thank you.
All the way from Indonesia. Thank you so much. Congratulations, because you managed to become a finalist, and then first time in Kuala Lumpur for you. My comment to your presentation, I can see how matured your design and yourself and the way you present your things and your ideas. And then I leave it the other comments for other juries. But for me, I'm very proud of you. Are you come alone? You come with your lecturers?
With my friend and my lecturer.
Where's your lecturers?
That's one.
Where? I'm so proud to your students. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Rizky.
you're
All the
welcome.
best to you.
Rizky, that was, I think it's very heartfelt. I applaud you for giving a presentation that is driven from your concern over the refugees. I think that's very noble, and you should be applauded for that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I think you've also created an environment for the refugees to live in. The other food for thought is whether you can push the envelope a little bit further by making it a city, not just for the refugees, but also to allow those in the mainland to be welcomed and be integrated into the city. Is there any thought behind that, and how to integrate the mainland people?
At the first time, I thought is the building is for the refugees, but if the building in the future could be expanded more and more, the integration between the mainland people and the refugees, I think it's become possible. Okay.
Rizky, congratulations. These are the things that I have jotted down for you. I am very happy that your design proposition is based from an actual real problem of the society. It is really, truly a response to issues of our current world. And I will have to congratulate you for coming up with a solution which is very holistic, not just one aspect of design, but holistic. I am impressed by your proposition of connecting, dwelling, producing, and developing.
Okay.
It is something that for a student like you is something very mature to think of, you know, as far as your design for a future city. So congratulations.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, hi Rizky. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Yeah, you've already created history by being the first foreign student represented in Architalent here in KL. So again, welcome and congratulations on that. Just wanted to ask, because I saw the 3D just now. you basically hinged the development onto a big rock. So is that part of the scheme? I.e., it's not like some center of the sea and all that. So yours is more towards just off the coast lah. That's where you're looking at, because the connectivity between the refugees and the people. Is that the intent?
The intent is the stone reef is to calling out the rejected refugees. So the refugees also will find the most nearest part of the stone in the coastline. So it's more realistic if the refugees build the most near stone reef in the coastline, not the far in the middle of the sea.
Okay. Yeah, I think I agree so much with what Joey mentioned lah. I think the maturity in your design and in your thinking is very portable.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Right, last one. I want to congratulate you, Rizky, because you have the heart inside of you that give us a social touch, okay, and it's actually happened now, okay. But okay, if I don't know, this is a question or just a proposition, maybe instead of giving them a separate area for them to live, let's try to give them more on social and economical sustainable living inside there, and come back to the mainland and become part of the society and connect them with the mainland. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations.
Okay, thank you for all the judges, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Rizky. Yeah, with the theme of Harborage of Hope, great presentation by Rizky, and of course, together with us, right, we have the supervisor as well, Professor IR, Eva Wani Elisa, and Baik Lisa Wayulina. Okay, so coming up next, also Zain from Universitas Indonesia. We have the second foreign presenter over here. Let's hear it from Nada Yosehara. All the best, please enjoy.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. First of all, I want to express my gratitude that I can be here to present to all of you guys, and especially for the judges. My name is Nadia Sehara, and I'm from University of Indonesia. Today, I want to tell my projects that called Coastal Symbiome. So, what is Coastal Symbiome? Coastal Symbiome is a float-level living concept that can be placed in any coastal area, enhancing the universality. And the concept is inspired by mutually beneficial symbiosis of the natures. And the main idea is to encourage the householders to give the positive effects towards the nature in order to face the climate change, such as rising sea level, while we take advantage from the underwater garden. This design also adapted from a simple cycle of fishermen's everyday life, and this home can provide a comfortable and optimized room in the limit area. Before I go to this issue and statement, I want to share my perception about the future city. As you can see in the pictures, there is two words that I want to highlight. There is innovation and changes, and these two words collaboratively will improve and increase the quality of life. Then there is one more important thing that within the process there is an adaptation. So for me, the future city is when the design can adapt to the changes and give their best innovations to facing the futures. Okay, from the issue, population growth, today the explosions of building erection vertically as a solution for uncontrollable population growth was no longer an effective way due to it have a limit for a population growth that currently still increase today. So the statement is we must realize that a site is not only about the ground and stone, but site is including the oceans. So why don't we try to transform the vertical living into a horizontal living? And based on data, the surface covered in the earth, the oceans take a 70%, so which means we have the big possibility to transform the vertical into the horizontal living due to it have an unlimited living. And the initial concept that I propose is mutualism symbiome, and the main idea is to encourage the householder to give positive effects towards the natures in order to face the future threat of climate and environmental changes while taking advantage from the underwater gardens. So we not only take advantage from the oceans, we must to give positive effects to the oceans. So it's called the symbiosis mutualism. And the digital shape expression, I utilize the digital shape exploration scripting that there is several digital shape explorations, and I decided to choose the cross-shaped form that I think that's best fit for the 5 design goals that I obtained. The first is reflecting fisherman's dwelling humility, seamless compact geometry, and number 3 is balanced weight for stability, center spatial organization, and number 5 is grouping crossing between living and surfaces. So if we finally decided the final form, why we don't imagine how it could be transformed into the urban context? So this choose your own preference, which means this design have its best modularity, can be there's a big possibility to each others to be connect, just as floatable living, and so if there's a solitary, linear, and a circular. And in the right place, it's a plan of the design that I want to highlight is number 5, that is a divan area. The cross-shape design tends to center spatial organization as a perfect way to balance weight for stability. Divan area is a board in the center of the house for resting area and supporting activities such as cooking, leisure, eating, and sleeping in one area. Okay, talking about the technology, the transportation of this home, as you can see in the bottom of the house, we place the boat for the transportation that each home can be connected with this boat. And also is above the boat, I implement the transparent floor that maybe allow to householder to see the underwater garden that I designed. Since this design is far separated from the mainland, I implement the off-grid mechanism that the main power is from the photovoltaic panel that harnessing from the sun energy, and this is the process of the off-grid mechanism. And there are several 24 technologies that support the off-grid mechanism. Okay, and the last slide, I want to tell about the storyboard, Fisherman's Everyday Life, that highlight a simplicity. Why I finally adapting the Fisherman Everyday Life? Because it implement the simplicity, as you can see in the four different pictures in one shot, in 4 different times. As you can see, the different area is can lower and upper fit to the activities that suitable for the time that they're obtained. Okay, maybe for the conclusion, with the presence of this design, it is hoped that you will no longer be afraid to face unpredictable future threats because all problems have been answered through the innovation that I provide. Therefore, this design will be the one of the top solutions in facing the futures, especially the rising sea level threat. Before I end the presentation, I have one video. with the end of the slide. Thank you for your attention.
Nada, well done, Nada. So you from Jakarta?
Yeah, Jakarta.
Yes, I've been to your university before. Yes, but even though you're from Indonesia, but when I heard your name, it sounds like from Japan. So I consider from Japan as well.
Thank you.
Nada, well done. For me, I'm so proud you are here. Are you coming alone or with your team?
I have some university with Rizky Rivaldi.
I see. Yes,
Yeah,
yes. So,
from university.
well, I love your scheme and then the way you present. You know, I can tell you this is your first experience in the international. Is it?
Yes.
Give a round of applause to Nada. Well done. Well done, Nada. Well, I'll leave it the other juries to comment about your design, but I can tell you that this is you're already creating your new experience, new memories that you are here. Are you first time in Kuala Lumpur?
Yes, first time.
There you are. So please take these notes from this moment that from here, it's like a moving forward for your future career path. You know, I am so proud of you. The way you design, very, amazing. And then you're brave enough to create this type of like a mobile architecture. I can consider that because it's moving, isn't it?
Yes, mobile.
And then you bring it reminds me one movie, Day After Tomorrow. Yeah? Day After Tomorrow. Have you seen that movie, guys? You should see that, the world is like tsunami and anything. So, well done. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Nada, congratulations, and I'm happy that you're part of the team coming from Indonesia.
Yes.
And what I like about your presentation is you mentioned about mutualism symbiome, and that was actually the anchor of everything that you are proposing, which is very, very good because it provides the human aspect of the whole thing. Just a little bit of question about the members of the household that the structure can hold. How many household members can actually fit into your model?
Okay, I want to share. The area of the house is 25 meter per cg. That 25 meters square. That possible for two until 3 people for one home.
Okay, so do you have any design for expandability, or if let's say a family is bigger than that? Because for the Philippines, maybe a typical family is large, like 4 children, parents, so 6 up to 8, probably 10. So is there any way to expand the model?
Yes, since the design is cross-shape design, the plus design can be connected to other home. So the home can be connected to each other home. So the connection of the home is called a family.
Okay. Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr.
Yeah, hi. Great presentation. I have one question about the social aspect of this. It looks like you have designed very isolated modulars, and it works well for COVID, like you can social distance. But what if when it comes to more communal events like this one here, the event that we're having right now, Architalent, is there any means or design that can expand beyond that modular home that you have designed to cater for a city, more like a communal-like kind of a social living?
Okay, since I was designing this for a living concept, maybe this design can be attached to the city that developed in the future. So this design maybe it's just to living concept, not for the commercial, maybe it's in this theater and anything else. It's just so the home is only for living concept that can be attached in the future city that maybe happen in the future.
Hi Nada.
Yeah. Hi, sir.
Yeah, great presentation. Thank you very much for that. No questions. More towards comments. I like the constructability. The details that you put in the detailings. Even though you're looking at small parts, but you have looked into the details all the way until the flooring and whatnot, right? So I think that's something different. And I'm not sure about being a city kind of a thing. I think more towards it could even be the emergency pods right now, right? If something were to happen, those can actually be small pods for emergency evacuation and things like that. So, okay, great presentation. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Nada, good one.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, but I hope it can be, this modular have a larger scale. Okay, a larger scale that can cater the social and economical aspect. So my proposal may be, by using this small idea, it should expand to a larger scale, okay? Maybe similar concept, but larger scale to cater all these other things so people can live in your future coastal symbiosis. Good job, done.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Nada.
Thank you so much, Nada, for the presentation. There's also a comment from the judges. So next, we are going to China, okay? From Southeast University, China. Okay, please welcome Ng Zianlun with the topic of Core TOD, Sharing City as the Future Development Model of Transit-Oriented Development.
Good morning. My imagination of a future city is a city with flexible, borderless living and working. This can be achieved with the idea of sharing city. Sharing city is a higher state of urban development based on sharing economy and sharing society, where people aim for the quality experience of using instant services when needed rather than owning something that will only be used at certain time. To achieve this, a city has to fulfill 3 fundamental criteria. My site is located in Shanghai West Station in Putuo District between Taopu Smart City and Zhenru City Center. The future development plan of Taopu and Zhenru will introduce numerous resources in the field of innovative technology and modern commerce, fulfilling 2 of the criteria of a sharing city, which are high-level development of productivity and matured application of intelligent technology. To achieve the 3rd criteria, which is normalizing the culture of sharing, I propose Co-TOD at Shanghai West Station, a transit-oriented development project with the idea of sharing city. Sharing is a model embraced in China due to the dense population and limited resources. Sharing economies such as e-commerce, co-living, co-working, and online platforms utilize smart technology to boost economic development and improve living facilities and services. When more people are used to the sharing platform, a sharing society will be formed where people take care and manage their community together and adapt into the communal lifestyle. When more people adapt into this sharing lifestyle, a sharing city will be formed with comprehensive urban resource sharing system. So I study different levels of sharing, from city scale to building scale. Firstly, sharing between city by creating connection between Taopu and Zhenru, forming a technological corridor through the vehicular road and railway system, and connecting both cities to Shanghai West Station. Shanghai West Station, which is my site, will facilitate the exchange between both cities by providing flexible living and working area. To further enhance the connection between the cities, I propose a transport system for sharing between people and goods. So the railway coaches can be swapped between passenger coach and goods coach depending on peak hour and non-peak hour, and using capsule pipeline to deliver the parcel directly to and from the mall, co-living and co-working space. Next, the scheme is also shared with the surrounding community. The activity created within the scheme can benefit and improve the life quality of the surrounding neighborhood by providing spaces for leisure, cultural, sports and daily needs. And an underground interchange ring is also created with a roof garden to connect the northern and southern area of the site, which is currently disconnected by the railway track. Thirdly, between different building blocks, there's also sharing between programs. Co-living, co-working towers are built along the railway station with experiential mall to supply the daily needs of the residents. However, co-living, co-working, and experiential mall all share certain similar functions such as event space and leisure space. And this activity can stimulate one another and activate the urban space. So I create urban core with multipurpose atrium that connect the underground spaces and upper level spaces and also provide linkage with shared facilities among different programs. Lastly, within each building block, there is also sharing between functions by creating multifunctional combination and blurring the boundary in between to encourage interaction, and also providing space-time flexible usage. So co-living, co-working, and experiential mall all can be rented in long-term or short-term up to the user. So different level of sharing all together work together to create a sharing city that is viable to different scale of user. For on-site resident, they will be staying there for long-term. The co-working space, co-living space, and link bridge with shared facilities will create a sharing lifestyle that allows them to enjoy greater experience and lower cost. As for surrounding community, they can participate in the makerspace of co-working, the hobby class of co-living, the community market along the mall, and the cultural mall transformed from the heritage building. All of these are connected to the roof garden, which is accessible to the public. As for visitors from other cities, the scheme provides them a flexible and temporary office working space and accommodation, and also underground mall as soon as they arrive at the railway station. To sum up, from higher level to lower levels, the people share working and living space, the facility, the recreational park, the public transportation, and the delivery system. So in the railway interchange stations is always well connected to other cities. Hence, the idea of sharing city can be implemented here using the already available resources. In this scheme, people do not need to own a car, a house, or work at a fixed location anymore, but still be able to enjoy a great experience of quality services whenever and anywhere they want. Thank you.
Zialun, congratulations. Yeah, you bring me to Shanghai now. So this is your first international session for you?
I'm actually from Malaysia, just studying there.
Yeah. So your first time present international level?
Yes.
Congratulations to you. You have done a good job here. You know what I mean? So I'll leave it the design comments to others. But for me, you shows that you have an experience working in China. And then you come here. You working in China now? No. Studying in China. Okay, then I hope that you can work there and then bring back to Malaysia and share to all future architects here what is your experience in China. Okay, I wish you all the best, and I'm proud, so proud of you. Okay, congratulations.
Zien Lun, right? Yes. I really think that 5 minutes is just not enough. I felt that you can go on, and there's so much to unpack in this holistic scheme. I think even looking at this picture alone, I'm still digesting the many things that you have put into mine. And I think it's a very complex yet comprehensive approach to your design. And I really enjoy just looking at this. It's like a piece of art too at the same time. So I do think this is very feasible, very practical, and very organized. I love it. That's all. I have no questions for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jean, congratulations. And for me, focusing on TOD is very commendable because your concept of the future is really looking at a very basic infrastructure that we should not forget. And the idea of sharing is also something that we can learn a lot from. I like the idea that you are highlighting sharing of city community progress and function to be the ingredients of what the future of city should be. And focusing on transit-oriented development is highly commendable because it's practical but really needed in the future. Okay, so congratulations for that.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Zenlun, how long have you been studying there in Shanghai?
Almost 1 year.
Almost 1 year, okay. So I think like all my colleagues here. I think, wow, you know, I mean, in terms of TOD for 1 year, I thought you were a Shanghai native just now, you know, the way you presented the whole scheme and whatnot. So I think very good presentation and very well thought of. The details are there, the TOD, and yeah, highly feasible and good job. Yeah.
Thank you.
Right, congratulations, Zian. So I love this scheme. It gives me a job for me for next 10 years. So so I hope this idea can be developed more for maybe for next 20 years. So how it looks like, and to be more sustainable, social, and economical. Good job. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Zian Lun. Yeah, I enjoyed that because in my final year thesis last year, I did TOD as well, but not in overseas in Malaysia, Titi Wangsa. Okay, so I know how tough it is. Especially, you know, Zian Lun mentioned that he just been there for less than a year. So all the infrastructure, all the culture, everything need to be, you know, is so new to him. Magnificent job, Zian Lun. So coming out next, we are back to Malaysia now. Okay, University Science Malaysia. Let's give it up to Wee Yiling with the topic of Aqua Scraper. Please welcome.
A very good afternoon to the panel of judges, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Wee Yiling. As per mentioned by Nadia, we are all from Penang. We are not here to promote food, and I'm not selling you char kway teow today, because I'm selling you this idea of the future city, which is the aqua scraper. Please allow me to migrate us into the sea. Imagine one day when we wake up, looking out of the window, there will be no longer only clear skies and chirping birds, but also schools of fish that swims in the similar direction. This is basically what aqua scraper is, which is a floating vertical cities that can work or operates independently offshore. Next, why is it so important for us to colonize the ocean? The Earth is 70% covered by water bodies, where we, the 8 billion human population as of June 2022, are actually competing with one another for the remaining 30% of the Earth. Look at the image above. This is how vast the ocean is. The average ocean depth is around 3,600 meters, where we can easily stack up 4 Burj Khalifas that happens to be the world's tallest building as of now. Imagine how tremendous the spaces we are going to create if we explore ocean architecture. This certainly solves the issue that happens in every city, which is the scarcity of land. Next, we'll talk about the design concept of my aqua scraper scheme, which happens to be the hyperlink city, where the city center will act as the heart of the aqua scraper modules, surrounded by the sub-cities, and finally the perimeter residential belt. Eventually, each modules of the aqua scraper will be connected by the hyperlink to form a series of floating cities. The concept of decentralized, or I would say the scattered city center concept, brings in numerous benefits, as it maintains the land prices, it reduces our time to commute or to travel for work, and it makes Aqua City a walkable community, as we brings all the facilities up to your doorstep. Okay. Next, the Aqua City brings in or provides 4 layers of transportation, where the air layer will be conquered by flying cars. Solar-powered green self-driving cars will be seen on roads. Futuristic high-speed water buses on the water. And finally, humans realize the dream of commuting underwater with submergible vehicles. Now let's enjoy the animation. Allow me to walk you through this self-sustained city where floating solar farms are proposed in every module to power up the city. The central atrium will harvest both rainwater and daylight down to the structures under the sea. Vertical farming are proposed to enable food independence in every of these aquascraper modules. And let's move down to the sea, where these tentacles-like structures will convert the kinetic energy of the water current into electricity. And let's not forget about our future neighbors, which is the marine ecosystem, where artificial coral reef facades is installed to revitalize the marine ecosystem. That's all from me, and I guess now you're excited to move into this aquascraper. Thank you.
Yiling, wow, you make our day. You know what I mean? I hope that CIS can start to appoint you as a good presenter. You know, Datuk Vincent are here. Thank you, Datuk. Welcome. Well, I'm so proud of you because you have managed to present. You know, I need to declare here the verbal presentation full marks because the way you narration, your design, I think this is the point that you know to convince your lecturers, convince your clients in future. Yeah, very good. And then the way you make your presentation informative with your illustration, I think well done. So I wish you all the best in the future. You are truly, truly potential. All the best.
Thank you, everyone.
Congratulations, Yiling. I think your verbal presentation was superb and very professional. So I applaud you for that. And for your scheme, I just have one question on the hyperlink. Could you elaborate more on how the hyperlink is constructed?
Actually, the hyperlink is not something physical, but we can say it in the terms of transportation, where water buses, the 4 layers of transportation, is one way of the explanation. But the hyperlink is actually the connections between the city centers, which is the heart of the aquascrapers, that we actually scattered all the city centers so that we won't be cramming in one area, but we allows equal development of each of the sub-cities to be a more connected network of floating cities. That's the meaning of the hyperlink. Thank you.
Hi, Yiling. Congratulations. If I were an investor and I have a check with me, I will easily issue a check to invest in your proposal.
Thank you so much.
Yes, I'm very convinced of your proposition. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Yiling. Yeah, I want to echo my co-judges as well. Yeah, I think great presentation, very strong presence on stage. And I think even the design itself also is very well thought of. I think in terms of the zoning, I know where you put your cities and the residential and whatnot. And I love the way you figured out in terms of how to utilize the solar, the water, the urban farming and all that. So very well, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Again, if you have check, I have a land. Yiling, you make our days. Okay.
Thank you for the compliment.
Okay. So you are the future architects.
Thank you. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think the scheme is so good that the judges don't have to comment further, okay, except to invest. Okay, so wow, how time flies. Okay, now we would like to welcome, okay, from UCSI University, our final presenter of the day. Okay, please welcome Woon Zhizheng, okay, with the topic of Solar City. Let's hear it up from Woon.
Hello. Okay, I'm Wendy. Greeting to everyone, and I'm finally the last one. Okay, everyone can have a break after all. Okay. So I'm here to present my fantasy, my utopian society, Solar City. So when we know that our city, Kuala Lumpur, has gone through a certain level of urbanization, from the map on the right side, you can see that most of the green land in Kuala Lumpur has transformed into rural area from year 1990 to year 2010. And the urbanization had brought out some serious issues, such as traffic congestion, our health and well-being is concerned, and water and sanitation is in dangerous mode. And as well as urbanization had created a high level of fragmentation and degradation of urban green space. We all know that urban green space is important for a city to develop our well-being, to develop in terms of social, economic, and environmentally. As World Health Organization dimension in article stated that every person should add at least of 9 meters square for urban green space in city. But sadly is that in Kuala Lumpur, we only have 8 meters square, but even more lesser because urbanization won't stop. So what does a sustainable civilization, how is it looks like, and how can we get there? So here am I coming up by proposal, solar punk. Solar punk is an anti-establishment sentiment that the movement sent about two things, sustainability and environment. So perhaps you can look at this illustration. It shows that I want the plant to grow freely within the city, that the human and the nature is coexisting within the city, and they have a good relationship, good balance in between them. Perhaps if you look at my design strategy, design strategy which makes use urban public space, building, transit and transportation, sustainable water, waste and energy. All this strategy helps me to study up my urban planning in terms of having an industrial site at here. Sorry, it's not okay. Having ranging from industrial site, medical, government institutional building, housing such as landed housing, as well as high-rise tower, as well as a commercial, I do have shop lot, shopping mall, as well as office tower, and finally, culture and urban space. Perhaps if we can look at the video to show how is my imagination view. A killer image within the city area, and an isometric diagram to show my design idea in 6 different locations. For residential tower, I'm looking for the link bridge for community engagement, modular housing unit, and flexibility for assembly. As well as an office tower have accessible green room space. A pavilion that encouraging for social interaction as well as increased income. A riding cable car, from here you can see that the nature area and human man-made structure are in balance. As well as urban parking space, I do have rainwater collection system for rainwater absorption and automobile-free pedestrian walkway. Finally, is mobile classroom, free to assemble, integrated education, and encourage outdoor classroom. A collage perspective, and it ends my presentation. Thank you all.
Wow, Zizeng. You name yourself just now?
Can you call me Wendy?
Wendy.
Okay.
Yes, Wendy. I can tell you, Wendy, with a colorful presentation, and then you have shown your talent, not only your verbal presentation, with your softwares, your intellectual ideas over there about your future cities. I think you are truly potential. Keep it up, a good job. For me, everyone's happy with all finalists, 10 finalists. Yeah, they are truly talented.
Thank you.
They are future architects, present future city. Wendy, you make my day. Well done.
Thank you. You made my day also.
Wow.
Okay. Wendy, I really enjoy your presentation. Also because I think you have this a sense of humor that I really like. And aside from that, I like the term solar punk. It's really something refreshing, something that we don't hear. It's quite radical. And keep pushing your new ideas forward. I don't have any question, but good job.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, Wendy.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, congratulations. It's a very nice presentation.
Yeah,
and what I like most about it is you are ensuring that nature will coexist with your kind of architecture.
Yes.
It's something that just like the other presenter, it's something that it's very important that we do not forget that we base our architecture from nature, from the natural environment. And utilizing solar into your main proposition is really highly commendable.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so congratulations, Wendy.
Thank you.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi.
So also congratulations, and I'd like no question, just a comment, just some inputs. I like the idea of basically integrating with what we have. That's what you're proposing right now, right?
Yes.
I see that you are looking at current development and how to enhance or modify or make good what we have, lah. So I think that's very great, and I think you've added the innovation aspects to the current development by putting in all your elements here and there. So congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Woon Zizing, congratulations.
Thank you.
The best thing of your presentation is you show us the detailed study. That is your strength. You show us details one by one how it can be done. And I believe this is the future of our society and future city. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How was it? Great, right? Okay, so to all the presenters, well done. Okay, I couldn't imagine if I'm going to present that, right? Going to be like so nervous within that short period of time. Wow, okay, amazing, but you all have done it. Okay, so well done. And right now, we will going to have this Telegram voting. So that's all for all the presenters. So if you are still watching with us, right, through the YouTube live streaming, okay, so probably can we have that Telegram voting, the link, okay, to show that. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, here you are. You can scan this QR code or barcode to vote for your favorite presenters. And the time now is 12:50, so we'll be giving 15 minutes, okay, 15 minutes for you to vote for your favorite presenters. So again, if you are watching through YouTube, then there's a link below, as well as in the PAM portal in Facebook page as well. So coming up next, we'll be waiting for this exciting architecture presentation talk by architect Adrianta Aziz. But meanwhile, please be seated. If you want to go for a toilet break, please go ahead. But for now, I think the judges, okay, have some need to scratch their head a bit, right, to determine who is the winners. And of course, now we are giving a bit of time for them to tabulate all the pointers. Okay, they will have a discussion going on, things like that. So yeah, short break for that. Then after that, we will be enjoying the architecture presentation talk by architect Adrianta. Okay, thank you.
We can start now, if you want.
Okay, architect Adrianta is ready. So I'm sure you are excited for that as well. So yeah,
start the videos, is it? Architecture is the art and science. But to become an architect, not only with your positivity, mindset, and energy, but you have to be strong to fight the challenge. And then this is what we call the beautiful journey to become an architect. With your own creativity, with your own soul of your design and art, to create your own signature. Let's open up your heart, open up your mind to moving forward. Our architecture is not only about us, it's about people. To gain a healthy life and happiness, future architects, you can create a better life, a better world, a better community, and a better architecture of yourself. This is about architecture, future city, future architects. Can you just set up the things? All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, especially students and all the lecturers, especially from Indonesia. Yeah, thank you so much for coming. And I'm on behalf of PAM Education Committee. I would like to say thank you to CIS. Can you please give a round of applause to Dato' Vincent? Thank you so much, Dato'. We managed to make this thing happen. And then, of course, I would like to take the opportunity to say thank you to all my juries, especially my good friend all the way from Manila, Architect Joey Manala. Please give an applause to Joey. And also Architect Carol. Thank you so much, Carol, spending time with us. Faizul, thank you so much, Architect Faizul, our Education Committee, and of course, Architect Azli, Co-Chair. And don't forget, please give an applause to Puan Eti Rosemary. Where are you now? Puan Eti, yeah, thank you so much. And Rizwan over there, thank you so much. And Salam and all Garis Pixel, thank you so much. Well, just a very quick one while killing the time for the juries to calculate the marks, and then you waiting who is the winner of Architalent this year. So this is just a chit chat, especially for the future architects here. And then I'm so proud of you that you managed to come on the stage and showcase your talent, about your sharing about your design. But let's give us some glitch reflection of yourself. Yazid, you rise the music on. Because to become an architect, for me, I would love to see that not only about your intellectual, I would love to say about how to control your emotional, especially about your EQ part. And then, of course, your SQ, the spiritual quotient. Well, life in architecture, people always say that it's a tough course. Yeah, very tough, challenging. But I have to say to you that I'm so enjoy studying architecture, and where I am now, architecture for me is a beautiful profession, because we are creating the space for people. And I can tell you, we are dream makers, because we create people's dreams come true. After looking on our process, the journey from our sketch, from our drawings, the process, this is the beautiful part. When you start to look back, the chronology, when you pass from design stage, remember, you guys, you sketch your design, and then you transfer your design into the drawings, calculation, dimensions, and then sometimes we feel failure. You feel frustrated. That's very normal, my dear students. Very normal, because architecture is about rejection. But you move on. Come back to your paper, sketch on. But sooner or later you realize that all the calculations, the dimensions, the function of the space, and then you start to transfer it into your softwares. I think this is the one that you can feel that how you could portray all your gadgets into your design, setting office or setting your studios. You know what I mean? You could say that seek for the adventures, because you have to remember the drawings that you make it, the design you sketch it before, and you transfer into your working drawings or maybe Revit or what, become scale 1:1. So there's another episode to explore when you're on the side, how to implement it into scale 1:1. So the way how you communicate with people, actually, it's not about the challenge about your design, your drawings, but it's about how to deal with people, and then how you want to present to your clients with your own illustration to transform it into reality and become reality. You tell your clients that this is the dream that you want to make it become reality. And when we come to the site, during construction, implementation, and you make it into scale 1:1. And can you imagine that when the moment you create a space for people, and once people start to smile and appreciate the space that you created for them with the happiness and healthy condition, you have achieved a satisfaction value. This is the one that when I stand in front of my building, when I saw my clients, my end users smiling, all of architects looking for this magical moment, the value of satisfaction. It is a beautiful thing when a career and a patient come together. So you ask yourself back, in this journey towards to the future, come with your passion. So life and architecture students, well, I understand, because I became a student before. I know 4 o'clock in the morning is still fresh for us. And you feel so jealous with your other students who make business, laws, they're still dreaming during at night, midnight, but you're still working on it. But that's your dream. That's your dream. But unbelievable, even though you're in a sleep mode, still working. The mind's still running. Well, in reality, our studio, Dr. Vincent, this is an architecture studio, but actually, we are the most beautiful profession. The way how we manage our working space, with working with our team, you enjoying your process, my dear students. Enjoying doing models, how you can imagine how you create your design with 3D dimensions. And the best part is when you start working with your team. Working with the team is like together everyone achieve more. So you have to remember these students. You have to start working with a team, because we always the calmness profession here. Yes. My future architects, get ready to face your future, because our professions is out there. This is why I said all of us in this hall, we are a dream makers, because we make a people's dreams come true. Talking about art and design, especially when I saw the 10 finalists present their presentation, their intention, their design, that's another dimension that you need to figure out. The art come from your soul, but the design come from your elements with your creativity. So don't forget, whatever you do, even now or tomorrow, or you're just inspired by the past, it's always come with a strategy. Always come with a strategy. You have to remember, we are the special species in this life, because we are the type of learners by reflective. Sometimes when we start to press Google, the first thing we press is not all. Is what? Images. We read through images. But you have to remember, we also by active. How you want to verbalize, convince your lecturers, or even with your team in your office, future, and with your clients. So I'm here to say and sharing my advice that you need to serve your soft skill as an architect you should have. especially when you want to do your presentation. And then with your creativity, I believe that you need to make a collaboration working with your team, your adaptability, and then you have to remember whatever you design, concept and everything, you have to make your decision making. Your emotional quotient have to be controlled because we are problem solving, and this is the most challenging part. Communication skill. Well, you will realize that you are a versatility person. Because in the same time, not only about thinking about design, you need to prepare your presentation mode, how many drawings that you need to print, the models you have to make, your animation have to portray, many hours taken. That's why I said, this is the one that you're looking for, the value. What is your value that you have to be way thinking moving forward? I always go back to the basic as a problem solving. Go back to this basic fundamental. When you describe your concept, your design, find out what is the issue, how to solve this problem by basic fundamental, go to about how, why you want to do this, when did this happen, where and who and what. Architects is a problem solver because we're going to find a solution. So when I want to do your presentation just now, 5 minutes presentation is impossible for you to present it. But if you can manage to make a proper storyline, I can tell you, as long you can convince people, sell your ideas to people, you're going to be all right. So how you manage your presentation board is one thing. That's why I advise you, make a storyline. How you want to, because we got a lot of information to do this. So take my notes here. When you want to do a presentation board, 3 elements important. They call it 3I. Number 1 I is about informative. Second I is about illustrative. The third I is about impressiveness. So you have to find out, give a good start for your presentation first. Take note on that, so that you make it wow factor on that and end up with another bang for your presentation. Example of those presentation, so you have to define what is your killer drawings. Not killing drawings, killer drawings. And how you organize your information, do your sections, do your illustrations. It doesn't mean that to put everything inside, but make priority to your information to deal with your presentation board. Especially your slide presentation with a fully informative, impressiveness, and illustrative. So learn from here. This is one of my boards, my design scheme. Sometimes a simple illustration with the simple notes will make a touch for people to understand your design and then to sell your design and people buy your design. So my formula to all of you is KISS. Keep it simple and straight. Make it precise when you want to do your presentation board, when you want to present to your lecturers. This is the stage for you. Make a beautiful and appropriate presentation wall about yourself. I love to see the students can make a series of models and your drawings, concepts, because that's the moment that you want to sell your design. Can you imagine that how many hours, how many weeks do you spend over with your preparation? And when you come to the final presentation, without any preparation, a good, well presentation, pointless. So always remember with this strategy, how to portray your presentation board in proper. With a nice attire, as long as you look professional, you know what I mean? No slippers, no short pants. I saw it before, but make it a proper attire and a proper gesture. You know, because not only your information from the board, from the slides, but your gesture. How you want to engage people into your design. I heard students to come here to make a presentation. You do your rehearsal. That's very good. Keep doing rehearsal. And then when you do rehearsal, you know your timing. 5 minutes, I know. It's too short, but if you can make it very precise with a good strategy, I can tell you, it's not about time controlling you, you controlling your time. Do some sketches, because people love to see sketches nowadays. How you can portray your design by sketches, put some manual colors into it, because it's not only about digitalized, but people want to feel your soul, your pen, your ideas into your papers. Do some sketches, because people love to see the value from your design. Do that, students. Then you can transfer your ideas from your sketches into your digitalization, and then start to portray your presentation into your skill into it. Keep sketch, keep draw. And then you can start on the photographic architecture. Salam Cempreng from Garis Pixel, he's a graduate architect, he loves photography. You can start to make a very simple and beautiful photography from your smartphone. He does that. Models. Unfortunately, we don't see models today. Maybe hopefully next year, you come back with the models. I love to do models, because models can give you the feel, your energy, your soul of your design into the models. Do conceptual models, study models, because models will give you more information further during your process. When you start to do models, it will make you easier process from site models, individual models, to relate with the site environment. If you can make innovation of your models, put some lighting within your models, because model will give you a positive chi, positive energy into your process of your design. When you have models, you can start to speak to yourself and discuss with your friend, and somehow or other you can create smile into your design. Talking and discuss with your friends, with your lecturers, with the models. Even I'm also doing models. I love to do models. When I start to do models, when I start to present to my client, definitely he will understand and feel the design from the models. And then start from models, you can use your software digitalization into your animation. And the model will give you the illumination into your design. Sometimes models, this is one of my projects doing sculptures, models would give you an energy to move forward to portray a design into scale 1:1, starting from the sketch, and then you can create models into it as a simple structure, and then make it scale 1:1, and easy for us to explain to the contractors who want to build the models. This is one of the experience when you done a recycled materials, structure, lighting sculpture, and give illumination and the experience to people, to create memories to be remembered when you create a space for them. So, enjoy your journey, enjoy your process, and then somehow or other the satisfaction value will happen, and this is the one that you create your signature. Today, juries and myself can see all the 10 finalists will be example for all future architects to build your personal brand. And then you start to ask yourself how you see yourself and how others see you. This is about you create your brand identity. When you create your brand identity, then it can identify what kind of architect are you. And don't forget, when you're standing on the stage just now, we want to see your positive energy, positive mindset. So set positive, because to tell the truth, architect need to be healthy to be happy so that you can make a building, a space for people to be happy and healthy. Be patient, be honest, be ethical, because with the personal development, the magical feelings that all of architects in this life looking for is the satisfaction. And you start to share with us. But students, the secret of success is sincerity. So now ask yourself, are you sincere to yourself to become an architect? So for me, love each other, love yourself, love your passion, love your profession, love architecture. Design your life the way you want it to be, because you are the creator of your own destiny. Success is not destination, it's a journey. So let's inspire by the past and build for the future. Thank you.
Well, now you know that as an architect, there's so many potential paths that you can go on. You can be an architect that do design. You can be a technologist. You can be a presenter, like what architect Adrianta just did, right? And of course, I think a lot of my friends, like photographers, videographers, they have architecture background as well. And here I am as an MC, okay? So now, result is actually on my hand. Okay, of course, the Telegram vote, that one closed already. So if you haven't, then you can vote for next year. Okay, so for now, first of all, we would like to welcome Mr. Jason Lim. Okay, Mr. Jason Lim, representative of ARCHIDEX, to present the token of appreciation to our juries as well as a convener. So please put your hands together and welcome Mr. Jason. So first of all, we would like to present a token of appreciation to our convener here, Puan Eti Rosemary. Thank you so much, Puan Eti. Thank you, Puan Eti. Just to share with you personally, right? Puan Eti back then in UM was always like a mother character, push us, motivate us to take part in a lot of competitions, and not only that, but also spend more time with us. Always organize events and ask us not just stay in studio. So thank you, Puan Eti. Okay, it's really a great honor to be here. And also next one will be the co-convener, architect Lim Wei Shan. Okay, it's not here. Okay, thank you. So next one, we have the token of appreciation to all our juries here. First of all, of course, we have architect Adrianta Aziz. Thank you so much. So architect Adrianta Aziz is the chief judge of this round, Architalent year 2022, and also the chairman of Committee of Architecture Education, ACAE. Thank you so much. Senyum, jangan tak senyum ya.
Thanks.
Thank you, Architect Adrianta. Next one, we will have Architect Jonathan, okay, from Philippines. Please welcome. Thank you so much for coming here all the way. So next time we'll invite more and more judges from different countries. Okay, we want to see more colors, right? And more opinions, different opinions. Thank you so much. And of course, next one, we have with us architect Muhammad Azli, Muhammad Jamil. Please welcome. Also the co-chair of Education Committee in Pertubuhan Architect Malaysia. Thank you, Architect Muhammad Azli. And now we would like to welcome also Architect Muhammad Faizullah Muhammad Najib. Please welcome. So Architect Faizul, also the committee member of Education Committee from PAM as well. Thank you so much for your time. And last but not least, okay, we have our, the only lady judge over here, Architect Carol Lee, Principal of Carol Archi Creation. So probably we can get a group picture of all the judges together. Yeah, at the center of the stage. Convener masuk sekali, boleh. And also at the same time, I would like to get all the 10 finalists to get prepared. Okay, later on, the participation certificate will be presented to all of you. So the 10 finalists. Please get ready, yeah? Thank you so much, all the judges, convener. Architect Adrianta, please be on stand together with Mr. Jason. So now we will present to you the participation certificate to all the 10 shortlisted entries, actually the finalists of today, so which we all have seen this just now. So first, let's welcome Boon Jing Jack from Utah, please. The center line here. Next one, Gavin Teo Kang Hui from USM. Please remain on stage, Jack, yeah. Later we'll take a good photo as well. Now we would like to welcome Muhammad Aiman Yusof from UiTM Puncak Alam. And next, Muhammad Pidaus Bedu from USM. From UPM, Muhammad Nadir Bashar Ramli. USM, oh salah tulis, maaf. Muhammad Rizky Rivaldi, Universitas Indonesia. Nada Yosihara, Universitas Indonesia. Eng Xianlun, Southeast University of China. Ui Yiling from USM. And last but not least, Wen Zhizheng from UCSI University. Okay, now the result is on my hand. Who you think that will win? All, is it? So next time, all winners get better, right? So now we will be presenting to you. First will be the best presenter. So this one we tabulate the result from Telegram, a vote. So the first best presenter.
Drum roll? Do you have drum
Oh,
roll?
no drum roll.
You making it?
Chang. Muhammad Nadir Bashar Ramli from USM.
for the presenter, there are two prizes, and both are the same amount. The prizes of USD $200 for the best presenter. Thank you, CIS, for the sponsors. Nasi kandar.
The second best presenter actually is together, okay? Yeah. The second best presenter goes to Muhammad Aiman Yusof from University Technology Mara Puncak Alam.
Congratulations, Aiman. You have backed 200 USD. Open table after this.
Okay, now is the top three, yeah? Okay, the champion, first runner-up, and second runner-up. So the first prize that we'll be presenting to you will be the second runner-up. The second runner-up goes to... I want to look at their face. Muhammad Aiman Yusof from UITM Puncak Alam, with the topic of the matriarch, giving birth to life.
So Muhammad Aiman, as a second runner-up, will be bringing home USD $500, as well as a medal.
Okay, probably we can invite, is your supervisor here? Aiman?
Come on stage, supervisor. Congratulations to you as well. Oh, his wife. Oh, Aiman's wife is here too. Congratulations, madam. So without her, you know, they say behind every successful woman, behind every successful man, there is a more successful woman.
Where is the kid?
Where's the kid?
Soon, right? Yes, congratulations to the team. As what Architect Ajanta and also the panels of judges said, right? Architect can never work alone, so they need to be, you know, working together with the consultants, with the clients, and a lot more. So coming up next will be the first runner-up. Ui Yiling from USM, Aqua Scraper. And of course, if the supervisor is here, okay, Professor Dr. Ahmad Sanusi Hassan, please be on stage as well. Is your supervisor here?
Eileen, is your supervisor here? For the first runner-up, the prize is USD $800, and also bringing home certificate and medal. Congratulations!
Now you all know who is the champion. You guess? Any name? Maybe we would like to invite our PAM president, okay, Architect Sali, to be with us as well. Wow, just on time, Architect Sali.
big drum roll. Okay, the winner for Architalent 2022 goes to
Pidaus.
And his supervisor is Professor I.R. Iwani, Elisa, and Bike Lisa.
Dr. Noriati type. Yeah.
Sorry. So the first prize winner brings home a huge prize of 1,000 USD with a medal. Congratulations to Firdaus, supervisor, and USM.
So thank you so much. Probably we have a big group photo. Yeah, all the juries, please welcome on stage as well. And all the lecturers, supervisors, if you are here today with us, yeah, Architect Adrianta insisted. Yeah, our juries, Architect Jonathan, Architect Muhammad Azli, Architect Muhammad Faizul, Architect Carol Lee, please be on stage. And of course, Dato Vincent from CIS. Dato Vincent. Thank you, Dato Vincent, for spending your time with us today also. Thank you. So ladies and gentlemen, here are all the faces that brought all this together, pieced all this together. And I would like to congratulate all the participants, right? The 52 entries, and of course, especially to these 10 finalists that can meet into this final presentation today. Thank you to all the participants. Thank you to all the supervisors. Without you, I think the participants will be a bit struggling, right? And of course, we would like to thank our judges as well, okay? Especially Architect Jonathan all the way from Manila. Thank you so much, okay? Hope you enjoy for the rest of your day. And of course, to the organizing committee as well, okay? Of course, all the sponsors, CIS, Dato Vincent. Technical team, you know who you are, the photographer, videographer, sound crew, lighting crew, and all that have involved. And of course, if you are here with us, thank you so much. You are here to support your friends. Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's a wrap, okay, for this Architalent 2022. Thank you so much for spending your time. We'll see you again next year. And of course, enjoy the rest of the day in ARCHIDEX. Thank you so much.